Hey everyone, welcome. I don't know about you folks, but we absolutely love night riding and we do it every opportunity we have. And if initially we started with Mickey Mouse lights like the ones you see over here, in the last couple of years we got to appreciate a good quality high output front light for our bikes. One of those is the Monteer 12,000. This is 12,000 lumens, a light that was released by Magicshine not too long ago. I have one with me today, and why don't we take a closer look and see how that works for mountain biking and not only. It was last year when I tried this 3000 lumen light from them, the 902S, and I was impressed with the quality. But in comparison, I would say that this 12,000 is almost in a different league. But why don't we take a look and see what you get in the box first of all. And right here on the box, you're gonna see pretty much the shape of this huge Monteer 12,000. And here on the side, you're gonna see that this is covered by a 2-year warranty from them. This is probably a serial number. And then on the back, yeah, this is a pretty big box. You're gonna see that this is made in China. You're gonna see their support hotline and different ways to get in contact with them. You're gonna see the specifications of the light, from light output, beam distance, and finally the water resistance of this light. 12,000 lumens to 5 different lamps to operation with one button, easy to read battery indicator, customized lighting settings, rechargeable battery, and then IPX6 waterproof. You're gonna see right away the tiny Bluetooth remote, which is right here. And this is the Velcro strap used to put it on the bar. This is the headlight. And yes, this is fairly big, as you can see here. It comes with this part of the cable attached. In here, you have the rest. Actually, these are some rubber bands. You'll see what that is for. You have a nice instructions manual that I recommend to take a look at because there's quite a bit of stuff on it. This is the warranty, registration, little booklet, and underneath you're gonna get even more cables, and these are probably the straps for the Big Mama battery that has its own box. And here you're gonna see that this is a lithium-ion battery, the charging time, which is 3 hours, and you see the different input-output details clearly stated. Opening this last box, okay, here's more straps. These are the rubberized ones that I assume we are gonna use to install this on a bike. You have, this is a USB-C to USB-C cable. As you press on the power button, you see the indicator here. Down at the bottom of the battery, more details again, but we read that on the box already. This bottom is rubberized, so it will grip on your frame. And here at the end, this is where you connect the actual light cable, which is this one here. And on this other side, we're gonna have, is this just a charging port? Yep. Interestingly, if for this Magicshine 902S that I've used for a while, on the power bank you have all these connectors, including an USB output, USB input for charging, and yes, you also have a charge indicator. On the new Monteer 12,000 battery pack, this same USB port can be used for charging the battery and for powering up or charging your phone or any other accessory that might need a little bit more battery juice. And because I know some of you guys might care about weight, here goes, 1,241 grams. That is pretty much for the head unit. Then you have the 2 straps. You're gonna need this cable for sure. And finally, just the battery by itself is 901 gram. So 2 pounds pretty much. As opposed to that, my old Magicshine 902 comes up to 402 grams. And again, this has an external battery pack. Back to our light. Here's the little remote. Honestly, I don't think by using this Velcro little strap. This is going to be secure on my bars, and I don't think I'm going to use it like that at all. However, you have to remember that this light can be used or configured with your phone. You have this QR code on the installation manual. You just download the app, and you can use it to configure your light. Now, going back to the light, yes, this is pretty big. Yes, this is covered with this foil, and they say open. I am sure they mean remove this. And here it goes. The 5 lights they are talking about. It looks pretty impressive, to be honest with you. You can see that big mama LED right there in the back, and this is a convex surface, the lens, and then you have the 4 on the sides. This is solid aluminum, and it says don't block any air vents. They're talking about air vents here and here at the back. I assume at the max power this needs some meaningful cooling. Here at the back you see that same power button that you can change the status of the light, and you can see the battery indicator as well. You can see the big bracket. I'm going to measure it in a second. And here on the side, this seems to be a Torx screw on one side, and then here you have the little tiny lever. I was wrong, this is not a Torx, this is a hex. I believe it's 3mm, and this is what you would use to tighten it up. Same thing here with the 2 bar clamps. This is a 2-piece bar clamp, and also in this tiny bag you have the different rubber bands. These would allow you to install these clamps on both 31.8 and 35mm bars, depending on what you have. Now, if you're wondering what's the space here in between the 2 arms, that is 72mm, and this space should cover pretty much even the most aggressive stems. Usually enduro stubby stems are pretty wide. On the bike, the installation of this head unit is actually fairly simple. Remember, you gotta grab one of those rubber or plasticky inserts. Then you're gonna have the 2 bolts that keep the 2 part clamp together. Center it around your stem, and then yeah, this is how it goes. So you have rubber, you have the bracket, and you have the screw. Use a 3mm Allen key just to tighten up that bracket. Man, it makes my bike look like an e-bike. It's pretty cool. Anyway, if you're recognizing this Diamondback, this is the good old cheap hardtail that I reviewed not too long ago with a few updates. You're gonna see a video about that on my channel. You can connect that head unit to the battery directly without that extender cable. However, you gotta insert these straps first. You see that rubberized edge here. So what you're gonna do, put it through one of the side holes, and there's a piece of metal right here, so it's gonna stop right at the end, and I'm gonna have to install this pretty much like that. These ends are rather long, but that's probably because the top tube of this bike is super skinny, but otherwise this seems solid. The battery connector of that head unit is keyed, so if we reach in here, plug it in, you're gonna see the light coming up. I guess is going through a boot up process. And yes, if you press on the battery, you see that it's full. Right back to their app. And if I say add new devices, you can see, boom, it has already seen the new light. Back to the light. If I hold on the power button, I think for 3 seconds. And here we go. Magic. It starts with a low setting. This is only 10% of the light output, and as I change that, you're gonna see how that light becomes more and more powerful. So this is how easy it is to actually change the setting from the app. Here at the bottom you also have the different modes. You can see that normal light, this is what's called SOS, so just flashing slowly. Then you have that's like a strobe light, and then this last one is, I don't know what that is supposed to be. It's just a different type of flashing. Again, go back to the normal operation, and time to take it to the trails. Again, this is the lowest setting on all 5 LEDs. Look at the next one up. Next one up. 6,000, 12,000. With this setting, the runtime is 2.5 hours. 12,000. It's pretty nuts. It feels too much. I don't need anything close to this on the trails. This is the eco mode. If you don't go too fast, it's probably all you need. And let me double tap here so we can see the floodlight only. So this is the street only, road riding, very controlled beam. You can see it being controlled pretty much every possible way. And then up down you can control even more with the tilt setting. Flip back to mountain biking. Here we go. Just awesome. Look at this. This is the 360 meters that this light can go to. I guess maximum setting. So that would be this. Definitely have enough light for whatever you might need. Any type of riding you might do. This is plenty. And yes, I have more footage from my ride, but GoPro at night sucks really bad. Even my iPhone is better, so I don't want to bother you with it, but you got the idea. You have the 2 modes that you can use. One is the floodlight, the one light in the middle that is very controlled. Double tap on that power button and you switch to all 5 lights on. That would be the mountain biking, what I call the mountain biking light. And then you have settings for eco mode, low, medium, high. If you want to use the 12,000, that is 2.5 hours out of the 10,000 milliamp hour battery. What would be the big pros of a light like this? Number one, I really loved the 2 bracket or the wide bracket installation on the handlebar. It's very secure. I like the spread. I like it how wide it is. If you were to go on the road, that flood mode can be very beneficial. I like the runtime, and I like that you get pretty much everything you need to install this. You even get an extender. The 2 extra straps that were in the box apparently are for the helmet. That head unit is too heavy. I would never put that on my helmet if it was me. What are the downsides of a light like this? Well, number one would be this is a 2-pound battery, so you gotta account for it. It was pretty safe or steady on my bike, but I don't know if you go super rowdy or crazy, it might flop around a little bit. The application, some of the translation is kind of weird. It's not that intuitive, and the price, this is a pretty pricey unit. It's over $500, but Magicshine always has some sort of discounts, so here we go. So what do you guys think? Do you use a big mama light like this for your night rides? Do you go for the small, I don't know, 600, 800, 1500 lumen ones? Would you go for something like this? Would you be interested in a discount code? I have one in the description of the video. Make sure you take advantage of that. Let me know what you think about the light, about the riding. Let me know if you have any questions. Let me know if you liked the video. If you did, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to comment. Don't forget to like it. And until next time, I'll see you guys on the trails. Why not? During a night ride. See you folks. Cheers.